Welcome to the Ball Street Social Club. I'm not Paul Machin, he's disappeared, but I'm here to talk
Part-timer,
MLS.
isn't he?
He's a part-timer.
Says he likes the MLS. Where is he? Where are you, Paul, lad?
He's not committed like you, Chris, is he?
No.
You'd even call your team we.
I disagree. He's actually gone for a sleep because he stayed up so late to watch LA Galaxy.
Is that what it was?
No.
Ped will always dig you out, no matter what. We are joined on this MLS day by Robbie, who's going to tell us everything.
What's an MLS day?
Just today.
Every day is an MLS day.
It is now, because we're all convicts.
There's your slogan.
We're all convicts.
There's your slogan.
Not convicts.
My team didn't get off to a good start.
Robbie, come on.
Yeah, no, I'm a bit upset. My team didn't get off to a good start. New York Red Bulls getting done at home. That guy Giovinco, I can never pronounce his name. Giovinco. And do you know what? That's not fair. He shouldn't even be playing at the moment.
Do you know
he's still good enough
do you know he'd be good for?
He's still good enough to be playing in Europe.
Do me a favour, right? If you're going to come on and talk about MLS, don't go, well, he's still good enough for Europe.
Yes,
people who
Robbie.
watch MLS don't quite like that kind of rhetoric.
Okay,
they don't really like that kind of he's still good enough to play.
No, but to be fair, I didn't mean it in that way, but he is still got, it's surprising to see that he's, bearing in mind that a lot of the players that go to play in the MLS, some of them are starting to come towards the end of their career. He could still be doing it at a top club in Europe.
Definitely,
and he showed that yesterday.
But that's what they're trying to do, aren't they? They're trying to attract.
He could go and play for the team in China. He's that good.
He could. Look here. They're trying to attract that kind of that kind of designated player, the younger player who's still got it, and that's what the league needs to grow. It needs more Sabres, Giovincos, and
Theo Walcott's.
Or Theo, well, he's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, good player.
Jack Wilshere.
Jack
Wilshere. I don't think he'd last very long in MLS.
I don't think he'd run around enough. But you're right, Robbie. Giovinco, the game was tight. He creates the move that gets the penalty, which he then scores, and then also the breakaway
He tried
goal.
to score from the halfway line in the first 5 minutes. This is the kind of man we're talking about.
Arrogance.
Absolute a class.
I like that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No,
he's a class.
Brilliant.
He's a class above, and that's exactly what MLS need more of these players.
Need more of that.
It's a very entertaining opening weekend, though. Very entertaining.
Record breaking, Rob. Record.
Oh, a bit of Roy Castle.
Yeah, leave it there. 36 goals.
Is he allowed to say that? That's fine.
That's okay.
Stop there.
We all paused. Let's carry on. 36.
Has he?
Is that all right?
Did he?
Just have another sip of your drink.
He's all right.
Chris, let's move on to your, the other side in New York.
B-side.
Isn't it awful when you've got to do that about people?
Just drink your Marvel
I'm just
Comics
asking
cup,
the question.
New York City. Obviously, this was one of the live games that was broadcast
4-3
in the UK.
Thriller. You know what I mean? This is the type of football that you guys are.
Are we allowed to say thriller?
Yeah, we're allowed to say thriller. We're allowed to say thriller. Us three.
Us three are. You're just allowed to drink.
Negative connotations to pretty much everything. That's probably better.
Well, that's the way it's
We
interpreted.
need to give him a straw. If he drinks out of a straw, he can speak less, I'm sure of it.
Let's do it for next week. A big straw for Ped. Back to you. 4-3.
If I'd said that,
Thriller.
there'd be murder.
Is it okay if we carry on
Yeah,
with the show?
go on.
Nice
You
one,
chill,
Ped.
mate. You just
It's
chill.
a 4-3 thrill. That's a
Roy
type
Castle
of
and chill.
advertisement that you want to see, Barry.
That's
letting him
that's
rub on
literally
you.
one of the worst things I've ever heard
Carry on.
anyone say.
Carry
Roy
on.
Castle and chill.
Carry on.
Look, that's the type of advertisement that MLS should be having.
Yeah,
Those type of
definitely.
games, especially opening weekend, when you see something end-to-end like that with goals galore, could have been 6 or 7 all, you know what I mean? There was just so many chances, so many opportunities, and you guys have been banging on about it for a year now. It's football in its purest form almost, isn't it? Because you haven't got these negative Mourinho's and Sam Allardyce there changing the game. It's about goals and entertaining fans, and that's what they're doing right in the MLS.
There are they?
You haven't got the defences.
There are no defences in some of the games that I saw, but it was a great game. What are you back in New York City though?
Yeah, just because you're back in the Red Bulls.
You just want a rivalry?
No, to be honest with you, Rob, I've loved Pirlo, as every fan of football has over the last few years. But I got to see David Villa when he was playing for Zaragoza, so followed his career and stuff as well. So there's just...
You've got Lampard as well, though.
I love Lampard.
Supporting
He
him.
doesn't play.
I'm not supporting him. I'm exclusively New York City.
I do like the fact that, obviously Vieira got off to a winning start and, as manager, the only thing that bothers me, though, is if he does well over there, he'll come back to Manchester City over
Well,
here.
that's a
why I
fault of
can't
your
back
club.
them. I've got to back the Red Bulls.
Yeah, well, he said he won't. He said he's there for the next few years. Let me ask you about a player I know that you love, Robbie, because he made his debut last night for LA Galaxy.
The Cashley.
Ashley Cole. He had a stormer last night. Ped witnessed it in all of its glory. My eyes had then gone.
I wasn't really watching that game.
I don't think many people were, to be fair.
But he played
They won
his part in a
4-1. They won
4-1
4-1. They were 1-0 behind at half time. Scored 4 in the second half. And Ashley rolled back the years. He looked like the Ashley Cole of his Chelsea best. He really.
Funny.
No, he looked. It was great because you do get these players who come in, like you've mentioned before. Some players come in, do you think, happy days, I'm in the MLS. This is going to be dead easy, and suddenly they find the game just passes them by. Steven Gerrard, and he accepted the challenge. He really did. Someone gave him a slap down the head after about 15 minutes. From that point on, he just went, right, I'm having a bit of this. And it was great to see. It was, whether you like him or not, it was great to see someone take MLS seriously.
He's always been. Listen, we don't like him because he left Arsenal to go to Chelsea, but he's always been a quality player.
Yeah.
He may be a bit of a bell end off the pitch, but he's always been a top quality player, and he's always been a really professional player. And I think even when he went to Italy, he started off well there. I think the pace of the MLS will suit him because he's still got that energy as well. He's still got that energy to get up and down the pitch. So
I think as he gets on a few
but
planes,
I definitely
that'll
ain't
slow
back in
down.
the LA Galaxy.
Yeah, that would be the interesting thing.
It's how he carries
Galaxy
on,
players seem to suffer in away games. Gerrard's debut was absolutely amazing. He went to Houston the week after and was sunburnt, let's put it that way.
I mean, that's the thing that people that maybe who are just getting into it don't kind of understand as well, do they? How difficult it is to win on the road.
You've got places like Houston, you've got places like Orlando. Everyone knows what the heat's like in those places. Orlando played yesterday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Unbelievable.
2 o'clock in the afternoon in Orlando. Mad schedule. And you've got places like Colorado where you've got altitude, you've got freezing cold. New York, I mean, look at New York. In winter time, how cold that is.
January, it's terrible in January.
Luckily enough, it's March, Chris. So
I'll get you.
No, but you do get that. You've got to go to Montreal. You've got to go to Toronto. You've got to go playing on plastic pitches as well. D.A. Drogba's come out and said he will not play on a plastic pitch this season. He said his knee. Well, he didn't exactly say it, but his knees just. He's never played and he never will play on it. He said his body can't cope with it. So you've got all those challenges that you've never faced before in one season. You might get it if you play in Europe or but these are challenges
you look at
week
the
in and week out.
distances they've got to cover as well.
That's the thing.
You look at that and it's like we moan about going for an away game in Europe and stuff. It's like that but worse. On a week by week basis, almost, isn't it?
They're getting on planes to go to these away games. They're
getting on planes.
East versus West Conference. They're going from one side of America to the other.
And they're getting on planes on a Thursday and playing on a Saturday, and that's 2 days of training they've lost.
Yeah.
They've that and also we're not talking. Some teams like LA Galaxy, they do go first class. Some teams actually still go
EasyJet
economy.
Coach.
Honestly, they do because of the money restrictions. They've got to keep an eye on every penny, and some of them, you can imagine Kevin Doyle like that.
Yeah.
On the back of a plane.
Do you know John Madden, the old NFL commentator? He was scared of flying, so he used to do Monday Night Football for, I think it was NBC, I'm not certain, on the network. And he used to, as soon as the game finished, he used to get on a coach to the next one. And that was his life for like 20 years, was just getting on a coach.
What a life.
Mad life.
That's not the best, is it, to be fair? But I mean, listen, it's back with a bang.
Dennis Bergkamp of
Dennis Bergkamp. That was in the USA, wasn't it, the World Cup, when he was flying. Back with a bang. I mean, one player who you two might know much about, me and Ped certainly do, Fabian Castillo. He plays for Dallas. He scored last night, but Ped, he limped off with it. Looks like a groin injury right at the end, and that's a massive blow.
I can't confirm it was a groin injury.
He opened his body out and went down holding the groinage area. So,
is that a medical term?
Yes.
Groin itch.
Oscar Pareja said groinage. No,
Okay,
he didn't. He never. That's just me.
Not the fellow with no legs.
No.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. Yeah, he's a big loss. He's a player in at half. It's about Giovinco there. This kid is amazing. In fact, I'm surprised he's still at.
They've done well.
Still in MLS. I mean, for you two guys who are new to it, Dallas are they're almost like Arsenal. They've got so many really good players, but they blow it at the end. But between him and Diaz, they are one of the best teams to watch as well in MLS. Castillo has got. I give him actually his own soundtrack last season.
Go on, bring it back.
Stay out. This sounds like a Pro Evo 4
it's
random
amazing.
generator.
It's basically,
player.
his feet just go like.
It's back.
What did he do?
It's back.
That was basically what
that
people.
wasn't an action replay.
That's
just
what
in case
basically
you're
people
wondering.
just started taking from the MLS show last season was the Castillo soundtrack.
The whistle.
People asked me.
Do you own the rights to that? You could sell
I do.
that.
Other people actually asked me to provide soundtracks for other players, but you got to show.
I bet you could do a Gerrard one.
Yeah, I can.
Before Robbie does, do you Sean St. Ledger one? That's the best one. You haven't forgot.
Probably have.
Taylor.
We basically did a show about Sean St. Ledger, basically with Taylor
Going
Swift.
out with Taylor Swift.
Basically, we just did every single song
Allegedly.
Taylor Swift.
Robbie, go on, what were you going to say?
Amazing.
I was going to say, right, as me, listen, I'm still green to this. I'll pick my team, New York Red Bulls, but I'll sort of ask you guys, right? You guys are the experts. Who's going to win it? Who's the favourites to win it?
Day
this season?
one.
Because
You're asking us on day one, Robbie.
Yeah, because I'm asking who the favourites.
Of course, he wants to find out how good you are.
It just seems so evenly matched at the moment. So I was just interested.
Right.
Who are the favourites to win?
Right. All I will say is that favourite schmavourite, because you look at teams like LA Galaxy with the players they've got, they should, I wouldn't say walk it, but they should certainly be right up there. But what's fantastic about MLS is you've got this 34-game season, and then when that
They
finishes,
just pretty much completely disregard.
yeah, well, no, because you've got to get in the top 6 places, but you get to the end of that, and then you go into a cup competition. So it's
So there's
yeah,
20
you
teams and 12 of them go into the final.
Yeah, so you're looking at it going, right, well, we can say that Red Bulls, who were always strong, they should be there. Toronto should be there. Teams like that, LA Galaxy on the other side. Dallas were marvellous last year. New York Red Bulls won the Supporters' Shield. And that's
the league. They won the league.
That's the most points in
But
the
people
They basically
give
won the league.
more credence to MLS Cup, which comes after it. So if you win that, Portland Timbers won that, they're seen as like the overall champions. That's how it just throws up these, that's how random it can be because of the playoff system. So you look at LA Galaxy and say they're littered with players like De Jong, Dos Santos, Keane, Gerrard, Ashley Cole.
Well, I
And
tell
then
you
you
what,
look
the
at
thing is,
someone like Portland Timbers and they've got Liam Ridgewell.
That's what it comes down
And
to.
they were the champions, so...
It comes down to having a good team, doesn't it?
That's
a good
what it is.
squad and stuff. It's not about 3 players. As much as you can focus on these DPs or whatever, it's about having a good squad
It's
and a good
what
team
you
that
put
know how to
around
play
it.
football.
Exactly, and that's what, like I said, we've done a video with the 10 biggest names in MLS, but me and Pet will both tell you they aren't the 10 best players in it, far from it. So it's about putting that team together.
Go on then. Go on. Day one. Who do you think's going to win it?
Who will
throw it out
who
there.
will be the overall champion?
Yeah, go on.
This year? Toronto.
I really didn't need to see that face.
No. Toronto. Go on. Go.
That was a really
Go.
brilliant face. I think
Go.
I've got a feeling that yeah.
Go.
Yeah, sprinters.
I think LA Galaxy will win it.
Okay.
I think they'll win it in the end. I think they'll come out on top.
Okay, Robbie.
I'm sticking my Red Bulls, man.
You think Red Bulls will win it? Well,
sticking with
very
my Red
close
Bulls.
last year.
We're going to win it.
New York City. Actually, I'd like to say Orlando City, who were...
I was going to say Orlando City.
Orlando
City,
City, 2-0 down yesterday. No Kaka, 2-0 down at home to Real Salt Lake. 4 minutes of stoppage time. 93rd minute, 2-0 down. 94th minute, 2-2. 2 goals in a minute. Get in there, you lions.
Well, yeah, here's another question for you then. Who's going to win the Supporters' Trophy?
Supporters'
Shield or
Shield
whatever it's
overall. LA Galaxy, I think, will come top overall, I think. But they've got to sort out their away form, because on the road they ain't great. So that's one thing they've got to turn around from last season, I would say.
Toronto for the Supporters'
So you
Shield.
have swapped
Oh,
then.
so we've swapped. Ooh, see what we did there?
Yeah,
It'll be
no one's
interesting.
going to be
moment.
asking you for your rights, mate,
The which?
on that.
No,
I think
that isn't even a thing.
someone already owns them, right?
Yeah, they're already gone. That isn't even a thing. I've just done that because you were, and he was, yeah. Anyway, let us know what you think in the comments section below. Who do you think will win? A, the Supporters' Shield. That isn't even A.
That's one.
That's 1. 2, MLS Cup. Who do you think will be the MVP? Subscribe to Ball Street. Subscribe to the MLS show as well.
And don't forget, Tom, close up. Don't forget as well that
Right in,
if
Tom.
you've got no idea about the MLS or MLS, because if you call it the
The.
MLS, then it would be the major soccer, and that'd be weird, wouldn't it? So if you got
The Major League
go
Soccer.
and watch. We've done a guide,
Doesn't even know what the league's
complete
called.
beginner's guide to Major League Soccer. If
Maybe
you've
we
got
should have
any
started
issues,
with the name, Ped.
go and watch that. on the MLS Show YouTube channel. Get over there and watch it. It'll fill you out with any questions you need to know. We'll be doing these videos every week, the top 10s. We've already done the top 10 biggest players. As Basil said, they're not the best, they're just the biggest players. And we'll have more of them as we go forward in the season. So go and subscribe to the MLS channel. Back to Baz.
Back to me. And don't forget, where are we, Tom? This one, zoom in. No, don't zoom in, Tom. You don't have to zoom in. We've also done the 10 best things about MLS. Go and check that out as well. Basically, because I'm on it. Because the other video is all about him, which, if you know Ped now, that's his motto. Anyway, we'll catch you next time on the Ball Street Social Club.